Tactical sip of water, so you again have
to do the
kick
intro.
us off. Yep.
That's fine. I want to take away the thing that we do at the start, because I'm so fed up of hearing
What do we usually do?
smash the like button. I hate it. So,
Well, we did record another one and I lost it.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll say now.
I was just hoping you'd never bring it up again.
Well, I'm saying now because I hate hearing it all
Really?
the time. Thank you for listening. If you're listening somewhere, give us 5 stars and all that stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe.
Is this the new one we're doing now?
I'm just doing one for the start of this.
Oh, right, okay,
it's
for
not
this one.
like
Yeah.
all the time. It's not because that's very low energy.
We could even just drop it and just go straight in.
Yeah.
Easier for me in the
Yeah.
editing process.
Well,
Fuck
there
it,
you go.
yeah.
I've done it now.
Perfect.
This one. So like and subscribe.
And if you're watching on YouTube, listen to Spotify, leave us reviews. Have you read any of the reviews we've had in our Apple podcast or whatever? I gave them a little read, I think last week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And do you feel good or bad?
Good. They're
Okay.
all positive. So, like, always a giggle. All of them are 5 stars, which I like.
Yeah.
All of them are 5 stars. So it's just
Good.
exactly.
Well, thank you everyone for that.
Because I don't understand why anyone would. If you're going to leave a review, it should be a good one.
I do that. I can be in an Uber and the guy could run a red light, nearly crash. But if he doesn't talk to me, 5 stars.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So that you think that's how to get a better Uber rating is to almost ignore.
I don't like small talk very much.
No, it's the worst. It's the worst. What if
I'll
it's
tell
a
you about
long
the
journey?
taxi driver that tried to make me sing.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
He tried to make you
He's
sing.
like, what's your karaoke song? And I was like, Boom Shake the Room by Will Smith. He was like, go on, give us a bit. I was like, I'm not doing it now in the car.
That's mad.
And if you sing, I'll sing. And I was like, I'm not up for any of this.
If you sing, I'll sing.
Yeah. And I was like, well, and that wasn't an
How
Uber.
old is this guy as well? That's got to be
Wasn't
like
that old?
creep.
Yeah.
That's real.
Wasn't an Uber, so I couldn't
energy.
even leave a review like, don't make people
Just
sing.
black cabbed it, flagged.
Wasn't a black cab either.
Oh well, I thought those were the only options.
No, there's more. Yeah.
A bus?
It was a bus. It was a bus driver, just me and him. Yeah, and the guy's like, if you want
That's so weird though that he asked you to sing.
yeah, wanted me to sing. I'm pretty sure he told me a joke as well, which was bad
Yeah.
joke, but I can't remember it. I was quite drunk.
I'm always 50-50 if anyone does ask me what I do. I'm always 50-50. Do I be honest today or do I lie? I think I usually lie.
I think it's best to always lie.
Yeah, because
What-
otherwise you get shit like
One
this.
time in Sydney, the taxi driver asked me what I do. I said, I'm actually a taxi driver. He was like, no way. I was like, yeah, I'm a taxi driver in Edinburgh. He was like, all right, what's it like over there? I was like, it's fine.
See, I would need a job that, because I wouldn't know anything about that. And then what if he asked you like an incredibly in-industry question?
Like what?
What
a
would
taxi
be
driver,
your
it's
what's
just driving, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but like, what's your favorite? What's
And
your
also-
favorite petrol station to fill up at?
BP.
There
Like,
you
who
go.
cares?
Nailed it,
Like, you can
nailed
say
it.
anything. Shell. But actually, they are both quite expensive. I go to a supermarket if I can.
And you got Costco.
Costco,
You've
the
got a
best
Costco
one.
card as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's very cheap.
Fill up a Costco if you can.
Or like if he asks something like, and how much is like the license over there? Then just lie. Just say, oh, it's got 15 grand for a taxi license.
But then what if he's like, that's insanely unbelievable.
Then you go, I know, mate, it's crazy. I know, it's a lot.
Ours is 15 for the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, 1500 over in Scotty land.
Yeah. It's definitely not 15 for the year. I think a taxi plate is probably about 20 grand. It's maybe went up since.
Do you have to pay that in like one big fee, do you think?
I
Or
don't
do you have
know.
to several?
No
That's
idea.
a good question for me.
Yeah.
Banter can fly off on that question.
If
Do
you
think
were a
they pay
taxi
it off
driver
in one-
asking me that, I would say, no, of course, you can pay in installments.
If I was a
It's
taxi driver
you
and
get
asked you that
discount if you
question,
pay it in one go.
I'm not getting 5 stars if I ask that sort of shit chat.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to be left alone in a taxi as well, ideally.
And like you said, a long journey, I'm also fine with being left alone. I had to get, during that big storm, what was the bad storm we had a couple of months
Dennis?
back? Maybe. And it was like,
Storm
every train
Eunice?
was Eunice. It was Eunice.
Yeah.
I was going to Nottingham, and I left, like, it took me 9 hours, I think, to get to Nottingham. And then every train was, like, stopped. One of them was like, we don't have a driver. I was like, well, that's crazy. We're on the train. What do you mean you don't have a driver? And also, it's just forward stop, surely.
Yeah.
Get any cunt to do that. I'll do it. But it was becoming increasingly likely that I was going to miss the gig. Yeah. And I was like, right, fuck, what do I do? I get to Doncaster and I just get out of Doncaster and then get a taxi.
How far?
Doncaster to Nottingham.
How far is that?
An hour.
Weesh. So that's like a Glasgow Edinburgh sort of.
It was like £100 for the taxi.
Yeesh.
Yeah. So I wasn't making an awful lot that weekend.
Yeah, no, fuck it, man.
But you know, is what it is.
Them's the brakes.
It was, and everyone was like, "Hey, thanks for getting here."
That was actually what was wrong with the train. It was the brakes.
It was the brakes, yeah. Them's the brakes. It was the wind and trees being on the track, which we can't handle.
Them brakes couldn't handle it.
Can't brake over trees. We're going to fly through it.
Here's a question for you. I was thinking about this.
Yeah. Can we get a rough layer jacket for this episode of the podcast?
I was thinking about this on the bus in. I was like, that's going to be quite noisy, potentially.
It's a noisy jacket.
It is very noisy. It's new as well. So I'm hoping this is me breaking it in, like a new pair of shoes.
I think it's always going to ruffle like that.
Do you think that could be like a nice sound, though, for like people like ASMR?
Yeah, freaks like you probably love that, yeah. Oh, God.
That does sound quite nice.
Does it? Yeah, a little pitter-patter rain.
Yeah. Oh, who doesn't love that?
Yeah, white noise.
When you're in like a nice warm bed and you can hear just the rain pelting against the window. Oh,
I quite like relaxation. It in a tent, on the tent. I like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people hate it.
Very nice. No, it's great because you're all cozy and safe in your tent.
Yes, well, sort of.
It's nice.
Yeah, you're sort of cozy and sort of safe.
Yeah, you're not comfortable.
No.
Sure.
Yeah.
Have you ever been comfortable in a tent?
Yeah, for sure.
Really? But you go to like Decathlon and get the fucking Primo shit.
Well, first of all, it's amazing. You think Decathlon is the Primo.
That isn't it?
No, that's like the Primark of
Mountain, what was that?
Warehouse.
Warehouse, yeah.
Yeah, or you've got, there's a few places, but Decathlon is like the cheap place.
Really? Well,
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Very reasonable. I mean, they do have some good stuff.
Yeah. I've seen you buy Primo shit in there. Did you not get your kayak from Decathlon?
No.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
We're coming out of June now. We're heading on into summer.
Thank you, by the way, to our sponsor for this episode, Decathlon.
The Primo of all sportswear. So we're coming into summertime.
It is summer. It's June.
Gareth.
Yes.
If you could pick any sort of holiday and a holiday destination, what would you pick? If Gareth Waugh could pick a holiday retreat.
I don't know. It depends time of year and what you're into and all that.
Let's say to de-stress right before the Fringe. So you're about to head into...
I would never de-stress before the Fringe. That's crazy.
Well, yes, but after September. Relax before you go into your madness.
Oh, right.
I think that's the best time to holiday.
The week after the Fringe, that's when you can have a nice holiday because you worked so hard.
True. Earn it. You're right.
Yeah, whereas beforehand, you're preparing for the show.
I saw that do you know that Andrew Tate cunt that's like online? No. And he says like lots of like mad like little rules. He's one of these guys that like sells like rules to like live life successfully. He's one of these guys. I think he used to be
like a coach, sort of life coach sort of guy.
Yeah, I think he is. Except he's like a prickish one, but he's got like loads of. He's like says like women shouldn't drive and shit, and then like he's got loads of little rules.
So he's an incel.
Yes, but he used to be MMA artist, I think. I saw him
artist
today.
Feels like.
Did I say MMA artist?
You did, yeah. An MMA artiste.
Do you know what that is? That's because we were just talking about ASMR, and they call themselves ASM artists. Right. So that's what that is. I've said MMA, and I've heard A, and then just whack artist on it. I've never once, and will never again, refer to people that do mixed martial arts as artists.
Yeah, God, the way he fucking kicked that man's head off was Picasso-esque.
Pure
rearranged
theater.
His face. The nose was at the side. What an artist.
Anyway, he said he thinks breakfast is the worst thing that's ever happened to like humanity. And he was like, the fact that you can just fucking get your stupid fat ass out of bed and you gorge on food stream. He was like, you need to make money or go to the gym, achieve something, and then reward yourself with food. And I heard him say that, and I went, that is absolutely why I look like I look like. I've never once treated food as a reward. As a reward. Like he was like, you have to achieve
with this man?
No, absolutely not. I'm just saying, I think if that's it, I don't agree with him at all, quite clearly.
Right.
I reward myself with food for achieving nothing. I'd eat in bed if I could.
You can.
But I mean, like, without leaving bed. Like, if I could be, I suppose I also could, technically, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I will in the future.
There you go.
But I'm just saying that probably is quite a...
I think you should do
if that's your attitude, it's maybe you are going to achieve stuff.
No, whatever. Like, I feel like you should do the exact opposite of everything that man says.
Yeah, I totally
and let's see what
agree.
happens.
Yeah. Oh, you'll be fine. But like, imagine if you were that sort of mad cunt that didn't allow himself to eat before you'd achieve something. You are going to achieve shit, but it's fucking bonkers.
I hate all that sort of. It's the same. It's like, it's not girl boss. It's just man boss, I guess.
Yeah.
All that fucking like, you gotta go to the gym for, like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it also, like, a big part of like ended up looking ripped and jacked is genetics. That is a huge part of stuff that you can. Like, diet's important with all that. All these people that are like, this is the way you got to do it, and having a good mindset for hard work is fine. But the way that people weaponize that these days, I find it disgusting.
Fucking A. I totally agree. I saw Benedict Cumberbatch speak about that as well. He was like, I did, like, when the first Doctor Strange film, he was like, I had a topless scene, and I knew I had a topless scene.
Yeah.
So I went to the fucking same guy that Hugh Jackman had, fucking Wolverine. I did the Wolverine fucking thing. And he was like, and I looked good for me.
Yeah.
But I didn't even get fucking close to Wolverine.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, exactly, because it's genetics.
It's unattainable.
Hugh Jackman and Benedict Cumberbatch, 2 different types of abilities.
Yeah. And it's so stupid. And there's all these, the train like Chris Hemsworth. I'll guarantee that 99% of people who train the same as Chris Hemsworth will not end up looking like Chris Hemsworth. So it's all fucking
all you
bullshit.
need to do to end up looking like Chris Hemsworth is do this diet and have a chef that will cook all of these meals for you pre-prepared. It's like, fucking
millions of pounds
attainable.
Helps.
Yeah, exactly. Well. Yeah, all you need is dung bells and $250,000.
Yeah,
and anyone can do it.
Dung bells, you said there as well.
Gym equipment in it.
It's not dung bells.
Isn't it not dung bells?
No,
dumbbells.
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 Yes, not dung bells.
Not like cow dung.
Yeah, just shit on each side.
Dumbbells.
DUMBELL.
So it's dumb, as in like
dumbbells.
Oh, right, there you go.
As in, you're a dumb boy.
Yeah,
thinking it was dung bells.
Anyway, holiday destinations, Gaff. Where would
what
you?
I was going to say quickly was that I seen a comedian do a joke the other day, which made me laugh a lot. Which they were like, they say like The Rock gets up at 4 a.m. every day, so I've started getting up at the same time as The Rock, UK time obviously, so it's like 12 in the afternoon.
That's great.
Yeah, it's very funny. Ideal holiday destination. I don't know. There's loads of places I want to see. I really want to do like the west coast of America. I'd like to see like. Have
you done any of America?
Yeah, I've done Florida and New York.
Oh wow.
But I'd like to do like California. That? When was what? Sorry.
Who went to America?
I've been several times.
Have I known you in your life to have gone to America?
I've done shows in New York. When? Like, I don't know, March.
That's crazy.
When was 2022 was when? When did the pandemic start? 2020.
2020.
So
March
I guess it was
2019.
2019.
Fucking hell. I've never known you to have
I did a show
America.
off Broadway.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
How do you not know about that?
Shit friend, apparently. I
went round. I messaged when I was there. I wanted to see The Cellar.
Yeah,
because that's like comedy bucket list. You've got to see it.
Yep,
I mean, play it's probably better than see it. But I knew like I only had a couple of days left to see it, and I tried to book tickets. It was all sold out, and I looked at the lineup, and Judah Friedlander was on.
Yeah, and you know
Judah. Yeah. So I messaged him on Twitter. I was like, "Hey man, don't know if you remember me. Blah 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 blah. I just really want to see The Cellar. I saw you were on. Is there any chance you could get me on the door or something?" And he was like, "Do you want to come and see all 3 clubs, and I'll just walk you around them?"
Yes.
And I went, "Yes." So I show up, watch him at the first one, and he's like,
Caroline's, was Caroline's one of them?
No, it was it was just the 3 Cellar venues.
Oh, right. So 3. I
don't know if you've seen Ray Romano's special, but he does like he starts at one, and then walks to the other, and finishes the show there. It's quite cool.
Oh, so there's 3 different venues. It's not even just like rooms within.
There's 2 venues.
Sorry, I have no idea.
There's the original one, and then there's the other one which is slightly bigger, and it has a small room upstairs.
All right.
So I went in there and seen Mark Normand was on, I think, and
there you go,
Todd Barry and stuff. Like it was, I was like, this is fucking crazy.
I know. Like, see when we're like if you're doing like a new act night or whatever, and like one big name drop by, and then even then, big name for like us.
Yeah.
But like over there, any time I speak to a comic that's been over there, like I saw fucking Dane Cook and Chris Rock in the same night.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart and fucking Chappelle. I'm like
it's bananas.
I'm like, well, I saw Dylan Moran a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is like cool.
It's very cool.
Yeah. But it's like, it's always, every comic comes back with fucking all these names that we're on.
And also, I don't know what, I mean, it just feels like comedy, that city.
Yeah,
like I was
100%.
walking around And I was like, you're doing comedy. This is it. Like, this is the pinnacle of being a stand-up.
For sure. And,
like, just, like, even get a slice of pizza somewhere.
Yeah.
You were like, this is what a comedian would do.
I'm a New York comic.
Yeah.
I've seen this so many times.
Exactly. So, the whole vibe of the place, I was like, this is it, man.
Yeah.
So, I'd love to go back there, for sure. But also, I'd like to see Japan, I reckon.
Japan would be great, wouldn't it?
I think it'd be amazing.
And like, you're into and I'm again sorry for the base terminology I'm about to throw about here, but you're into the samurai shit as well, aren't you?
What are you on about? What do you mean?
You like a samurai?
Oh yeah, I love harikiri and the
what's
way
that?
It's when they kill themselves,
Oh right,
because they've dishonored.
I'm pretty sure I might be basing all of that statement I've just said on the fact that I think you played Ghost of Tsushima, the video game.
I have not played that game.
Well, fuck me in the ass. I don't know anything about you, mate. No. Turns out.
I've
never known you to be to America,
shit.
And you're into
samurai.
Yeah,
I've got nunchucks and ninja stars on my wall.
I didn't think you were that into it, but I thought for sure.
I like to rake sand in my back garden quietly. I have a ponytail that I put up every now and then. I wear a nice robe, a kimono.
God.
I have slidey paper doors in my house. That
you know all the stuff. You know all the stuff
I have
about
a bonsai tree in my bathroom. I'm into samurai shit, mate. Forget about it. I have little sandals that have 2 little blocks in the bottom of them. The whole shebang, mate. Konnichiwa. Sign me up.
Sorry, I thought maybe you were. But anyway, so Japan, what is it about the Japanese culture then that's like appealing?
I just think it seems like really cool. Like, I mean, the culture. I mean, the food, first of all, is going to be incredible.
See, I think the food's like the biggest downside for me. I can't eat any sort of like...
You don't like noodles and...
Oh, no, I love some noodles.
Right.
But it's mainly like fish in it. A lot of it's fish-based.
No, I think you can get chicken and beef and pork. Pork is quite big in Japanese culture.
I don't know anything. Yeah.
You can get stuff that's not fish for sure.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it'd be like every shop. Like, no, please, there'd be one non-fish option.
One of those ducks that they hang up. Wait, that's maybe China.
Yeah, I think that is. Yeah,
China,
and this whole conversation, my brain's been going, be very careful here, because I think I'm going to say something.
I think you can slightly mix up what food people eat.
Yeah. But so Japan, America.
Yeah, West Coast. I want to see like California, like Seattle. Just all these cool places that are meant to be hip.
Yeah.
I love Australia to bits. Sydney is one of my favourite cities in the world. I'm trying to think where else is on the old bucket list.
So you've went for all kind of entirely different. The place I would want to go more than anywhere.
Benidorm.
No.
You're into full English breakfast, right?
I want here, everything here, but just hotter. That's Benidorm. That's exactly what you want.
It's Blackpool on the beach.
Blackpool on crack, Benidorm, I imagine.
I've never been to Benidorm, but I know about Sticky Vicky.
Oh yeah, I know about all that.
Everyone knows about Sticky Vicky, which is apparently a woman who's a performer.
It's in the Red Lion, isn't it? It's in the Red
Something
Lion
like that.
bar in Benidorm.
And I think she pulls things from herself.
She certainly does. And I think she also projectile things from herself.
Good on her.
Yeah, but I also think this. I think there is a common misconception that Sticky Vicky is one person. I think there's many a Sticky Vicky.
You think it's like a franchise?
A fucking brand. I think it's a brand.
She sells out to people and anyone can be Sticky Vicky?
100%. I think it is.
I think it's the single grossest name you could have for an act.
It's got to be up there. It's definitely podium.
What's your act called? Sticky Vicky.
Oh Sticky Vicky, love.
What's it? Well, I'm going to regret asking this, Victoria. But what is the act?
You pay $2 and you'll find out, love. Yeah. I don't want to know.
I pull a full fish supper out me snatch. Here you go, love. You want salt and vinegar? Don't think I do. I got it.
I think it's done, actually.
Yeah. You won't need the salt. Yeah. Or the vinegar, actually.
Hell. Oh, God.
She's like Mary Poppins in a way.
In what way?
She has the bag where she can pull everything out.
Oh, wow. I was like, spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down?
Well, I mean, that would also help.
Yeah. Now, the place I would like to go is the Maldives.
Oh, I mean,
very basic
sure.
B.
Yeah, I mean, that looks like paradise on earth.
Yeah, just all of the fucking... I see so many little fucking TikToks of just like people like walking out their bed doing like a big stretch and then just walking into the ocean.
A dolphin butler giving you a Mai Tai straight away.
Oh, come on. Oh, please.
I did do something similar, not quite the Maldives, but I went to Thailand in September.
Thailand's very similar.
I went to a place called Coconut Island, right?
Oh, yes.
It's just a resort on this island.
Yeah.
So you have to get a boat to and from it. And like your own private villa with its own pool and stuff. It was fucking luxury.
Is this not, is that actually as well? And again, could be wrong, probably will be wrong. Is it not quite cheap?
It was in September because that's meant to be monsoon season, but it was perfect.
But like luxury in Thailand to us is still relatively affordable, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I think the whole holiday was like 700 quid.
Yes, like this is what I'm saying. A mate of mine did that as well, and she was like, we did like 2 weeks there, and she was like, it was like just over $1,000, and I went and it was like this big fucking beautiful mansion. I was like, just over $1,000.
Yeah, it's crazy. They had big ones on that resort, and we were like, we should come back here with people and get one of the big ones.
Yeah, that'll be like 20 extra.
Bat, I think it is.
Bat. Well,
no, is it bat?
I think it sounded so right when you said it.
I'm pretty sure it's
I was
bat.
about to praise you, so let's just,
You praised me like you should.
Well done. Bat.
But like, there's not like one holiday where I'm like, yeah, that's the one. Like, I like everything. Like, people are like, they always go, ski or sun? And I'm like, well, both really. I enjoy
do like both.
Both a lot.
But you can't do both of them together, unfortunately.
No. But I'm just as happy snowboarding, having a beer in the Alps as I am sat reading a book on a beach.
Yeah.
Just as happy.
Yeah.
I'm quite easy pleased, really.
Yeah, it sounds it, mate, to be fair.
I'm just happy being a citizen of the world. You know? If I'm having pizza in New York City
or if I'm fucking
sake in Japan, I'm all good.
Because, it's just a travelled boy. Yeah.
Not as travelled as... no, I don't think anyone's probably as travelled as they'd like to be. There's places I'm not that keen on. Like, I could miss them out. Like, Russia.
For sure.
Now with the PR, it's obviously... Yeah. But
I think Russia... What did Russia really have appealed. Going for it even before?
I had that nice palace thing in Moscow, but I'm not that fussed for that. Nah. I feel like India would be too busy and too much going on.
Yeah, again...
A bit too fast for me.
Anywhere where just like... The traffic just appears to me to not have law. Yeah. I'm like, fuck that then. Yeah, totally. Yeah. I feel like, and this is really ridiculous thing to say.
But I picked two of the biggest countries in the world and just given them one. I don't want to be in the cold Russia and hot busy India. There's probably lovely places in both.
Definitely. But I also feel like I've done Italy by only going to 2 places, and I'm like, I don't really know. I know it'll be a totally, entirely different Italian experience still waiting for me, but I just don't know if I want that type of it. So I've done Venice and Rome, and I'm like, I think that's 2 nice tick done. Yeah, I don't want to go anywhere. I've never been to France. Paris would be quite nice. I think Paris.
Again,
would be
France,
quite nice.
It's the same. It's a small country, but there's so much different. Like the south of France is hot and beaches.
But then you have to deal with the fucking people. Gareth.
I like the French.
You like the French?
Yeah. Italians
things
actually
that nobody's ever said
are worse, ruder than the French.
I know. We
I
are
know that's not the stereotype.
Yeah, I found most Italians lovely. I also noticed that I could see. This sounds fucking horrific. I could see what I bet in Italy you'd be like the ugly person, and they were fucking gorgeous. That's
the problem with Sydney. Everyone is so good looking. Yeah, you feel like an absolute goblin walking about.
Yeah. I'm like, you're the ugly one, and you're fucking just insanely well dressed and gorgeous. Yeah. It's especially in Rome. It was bothersome. Yeah. I was irked. At their level of beauty.
Yeah, they are beautiful people. I mean, a lot of Europe is gorgeous. Yeah. I said this to somebody the other day. This is quite bad. Fuck it. We're going for it.
Of course, we're there.
You know, like Russian women, right? Mm-hmm. The stereotype is like young, hot, mail order brides. Yeah. Like they're gorgeous, blonde. Like, well, could I get you a mojito, sir? And you're like, oh, she's good.
Shame about the voice, but yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like you've got a mouthful of marbles, love. But something happens between being a hot Russian person and then they get old and they turn into human cabbage. Little
for sure.
Headscarf babushka.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. 100% babushka.
Yeah, what happened to you? Did something happen?
I think that must just be a culture thing. Once you hit a certain age, you just fucking throw on the robes.
What do you think the age is from being supermodel 60, to then your 60. Grandmother?
I'd say 60. 55 to 60. Maybe it's retirement. Maybe it's that.
I think it's 42.
42. I don't think I've ever seen early 40 Russian woman babushka up, shall we say.
Yeah. They look like a sun-dried tomato compared to a tomato.
When do they go from just genuine beauty to the doll, the little Russian doll ladies? When does that happen?
It just happens sometime. I don't know. I don't know an awful lot about Russia. Maybe
I was going to say I don't know a lot. I don't know a lot about women.
Yeah, let's not slander the warmongers too much. I don't want to get hacked.
Do you know as well? That's another mad fucking stat that I was looking at when chucking this up on the podcast distributor that we use. Do you know we have listeners in Russia?
We do?
Yeah, 10.
10
downloads in Russia.
What's the word? Dragostania? I'm sorry. That's not even sorry. I think that's goodbye.
Yeah, well, fucking yeah. Dragostania. Leave. We don't want you.
Is that the right word? Who knows? Well, sorry. I would love to come and do a live 2Gs in a pod in Russia.
Imagine we haven't even booked in Glasgow, but we booked in fucking Mother Russia.
Lots and lots of comedians end up going right wing for the clout and the growth in audience. And I'm just saying we could go further right, join Putin, and be huge in Russia.
I wouldn't be game, but I'm also not opposed right off the bat. You saying that, I'm not like hearing that and going, no way, my morals. I'd go, we could do with the money.
Yeah.
Getting married next year, and I don't know how I'm going to do it. Have I told you about this? I just don't. I've told you about the wedding. I am getting more and more anxious about just the amount of fucking money that I know somehow I'm going to need.
Don't the parents pay for it?
No, well, they've already helped us out in so many other ways.
Name one.
Us getting our flat, them getting our flat, they gifted us a deposit that helped us a lot for that.
Right.
So I'd feel bad going back and being like,
because
but daddy
isn't the whole thing? Yeah, father of the bride pays for the wedding. Is that not the tradition?
Yeah, well, that's the tradition. And Ailey deleted her father off of Facebook to announce that she was engaged. So that relationship's not.
Well, she's basically
exactly healthy.
Stop the bank.
I also don't think he has a fucking pot to piss in, this guy. So we're fucked. We are fucked. But I'm just looking at the Fringe and I'm just hoping. Yeah, time to plug fucking Fringe shit. I'm just looking at the Fringe and going, if I could have a good Fringe, I think I could be all right. It'll keep me afloat.
Right.
So yeah, much in progress. Beehive, 1:30 every day, doing a little work in progress. £5 to reserve the seat, or pay what you want at the end of the show.
Right.
I
was going to say, you said right before we recorded this that small tasks now are getting you very tired.
Yeah.
He did the dishes.
Yeah.
And you got
sweeped a bit.
How long, realistically, do you think you were sweeping?
25 minutes. 25 minutes tops.
That's quite a big sweep, I'd say.
Do you think?
25 minutes.
That's only 2 rooms.
How big are the rooms?
Not that big.
Yeah.
I'm not a good sweeper.
Oh, evidently. Is what I was alluding to. Yeah. So I was like, well, we could then say, well, let's do a Patreon, but that's doubling our work here.
Yeah, because we would then have to do
need to have a
more
Patreon
stuff.
episode.
Yeah.
Where you can slander the Russians as much as you like, because it's behind the paywall. You could go on, while we're at that little dance, fucking shite.
But that would also be a really fun exercise. We do like the normal episode, and then we do just fucking wheels off for the Patreon.
Yeah.
Just fucking...
I think that's what people do. They just
much
feel confident.
Unleashed. And I've said some pretty uncouth things on the normal.
There's uncouth back again.
Yeah, I like it. I was wondering if you'd notice it, and you did. Yeah.
I pick up on these little things.
Yeah.
We had a nice... we sort of done a live version of the podcast Monday.
I was thinking that as well. We totally kind of did. Just to some of our friends.
We just kind of, like, we didn't mean it, but we were like arguing. We were hamming up our acting, arguing.
Yeah. But that is
they were like, is this the
state.
podcast? We're like, yeah,
this is what we do. This is it. We sell this. Except we don't.
Yeah.
But that was kind of, because I think that's kind of how the podcast was birthed as well, was because that is just how we communicated. Whenever we were in a room together, I would inevitably frustrate you to the point of you going, what do you mean? And then,
I don't think that's when we went, this is a show. I think it was more we told each other funny stories. I went, this is fun, isn't it?
Well, I actually remember. Do you remember? And this is going back years. I think maybe 2017, 2018. You and me were having a pint.
Can I guess the location?
Of course you can.
The Black Bull.
No.
Oh.
It was on. I don't remember the.
Was it Tiles?
No, Tiles is where we had the conversation before we actually did it. But we'd had the conversation years before, and I told you a story, and you went, "Fucking hell!" If we were recording
was the Black Bull. Not the grass market one. The one
on
the corner with the
Royal Mile.
Table. Yeah, no, the one.
It was on the Royal Mile, that pub, for sure. Because I remember we were in the little upstairs bit of it.
All right. Yes. I feel like you told, like, well, maybe we'd
I
started.
remember even know what the story was.
The Black Bull towards the Omni Centre. You know that one that's right on the corner? They run past it in Train Spotting at the start. They run.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We've been in there fucking heaps.
Yeah,
we've been
I'm
in there
pretty sure
heaps.
you told me this story there.
Well, potentially. But I remember
Is
it
it
on
the
the Royal
kissing
Mile.
story?
It is the kissing story. Yeah,
Have we ever told it on this?
No.
What episode are we on?
19 or 20.
20. So it's right. So the initial idea for this episode, this podcast,
came years
was from
ago.
this story that we've waited 20 episodes to tell on here. All right, I'm fucking buzzed because I know what's happening.
And it's about me younger on a holiday.
Yeah.
So it does all tie in.
My God, dear listeners, like if you're like, why?
Don't build it up too much.
Why is Waugh not chipping in more? Like, what is going on? It's because I've heard it before, and I'm now excited for you all to hear it.
Right, yeah. I don't want to build it up too much because I'll fucking undersell it a belter. But there was this... I think it was one of the first kisses I ever had.
You told me it was your first kiss.
Okay, it was my first kiss.
When you first told me the story, it was your first kiss.
But it was so... But I just look back now and I'm like, the confidence I showed, it can't have been my first.
Yeah.
Because it's insane anyway. Yeah. And I was so confident. And I didn't have any confidence. Anyway, so...
It's the easiest thing to fake, baby.
It is...
Hello, my name's Andrew Tate, or whatever that cunt's name is.
Andrew Tate.
There you go.
Confidence is the easiest thing to fake. So I was on this family holiday. I must have been about 7.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I was meeting my cousins or nieces and nephews. I don't even know. My dad's sister's kids. What are they to me?
Yeah, cousins.
Cousins. Yeah. So it was the first time I was meeting them. And weirdly, haven't met them a whole bunch since.
Yeah, I wonder why. Let's find out, listeners, shall we?
So we'd spent like 2 weeks together, son, and we just had like a really nice time. And I remember my cousin, I won't say her name for her safety.
Let's make up a name.
Safety!
Safety!
For her protection.
Let's call her Esmeralda.
Esmeralda. Fuck me. Okay, so my cousin Esmeralda was...
Wasn't that the name of the lady in the Disney movie The Hunchback of Notre Dame? Is that?
Yeah.
You're the Hunchback.
Okay. Let's call her Beauty and me Beast. Okay, so Esmeralda and I. Esmeralda was a good bit older than me, so I think I'm going to say Esmeralda was maybe about 13.
Right.
And I'm like 7.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, Esmeralda definitely didn't see this shit coming from me.
Right.
So it was the end of the holiday.
Where was the holiday again?
Somewhere in Wales.
Right.
I don't quite remember where, but southwest Wales. The valleys, pretty much.
Lovely.
It was a lovely holiday. And I just thought, I didn't know the rules as a 7-year-old boy.
Uh-huh.
I was,
what rules are you pertaining to?
Can I kiss my cousin?
Right.
Turns out, no.
Right.
And I learned that later. I think I learned it immediately after. So basically, we're all saying bye. And I was like, right, see you later, fucking auntie, see you later, uncle, whatever. And then my cousin Esmeralda was there. And I just went in for this kiss to be like, goodbye, Esmeralda. I've had a lovely time. And I gave her, and I think it was like a full-on kiss. Because I remember Esmeralda's...
Not a peck.
By no means can we categorize this down as a peck. Because Esmeralda's parents were not thrilled about me. They were like, Jesus! And they like jumped in. And my dad laughed his fucking guts up. He was like, what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah.
He was just like, oh, mental.
Pulls out a banjo from nowhere. Here we go.
It was one of those days, on the car on the way back, I knew I'd fucked up because it was just so awkward. But I was just like, what have I done?
You talking
there?
hand on arse?
No, for the love of God, man. 7 years old.
I don't know.
Do you think I'm going hand on arse?
I mean, for the height of a 13-year-old to a 7-year-old, yeah, I mean...
I think the hands were probably by my side. I was probably still very... I was not a confident boy, but I don't know. This is why I look back at it and go, it can't have been my first ever kiss. Because it was...
You were 7?
Yeah.
So... were you kissing before?
It's the easiest thing to fake, baby, as you said.
Yeah, good for you.
I was confident.
So you full-on smooch your cousin?
Full-on smoocher, yeah.
And her mum and dad react badly.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say badly. They didn't like fucking throw me off or whatever. They were just like,
Dad
whoa!
didn't pin you up against the wall. Like,
what the fuck are you doing?
If you think you're getting coins sellotaped in a card for your birthday again, you can fucking forget. You confident little piece of shit.
It wasn't exactly that, but they did go, whoa! They definitely didn't see it coming.
You're like, oh, right, fucking hell. He was like, so we are allowed to kiss as a family.
Yeah. And then he went over and kissed my mum. No.
Oh, right, no, because creepy uncle kisses the nephew.
But no, it was just their half of the family were definitely startled by it. That's the word I'd use. Where they were
don't think I've ever startled anyone with a kiss before in my life.
Well, you haven't kissed your cousin, clearly.
Yes,
clearly. Correct. If you want to do it, that's the sure fact.
I think they'd be so startled if I did it now.
Yeah.
I think I would actually
so
one up your startle.
The police might turn up.
I'd get my hands on the arse. I'd go for the full startle.
But yeah, so I think that was the first kiss I ever had.
So your dad loved it.
I loved it again a bit much. I did think he found the humour in what the fuck are you doing, you mental.
Yeah, that's funny.
He found it,
so on the drive,
as well as a
you
kid,
said you were driving home.
Well, I've had this before as well, where, and I'm now definitely oversharing, but I remember my mum walked in on me and the girl that used to live underneath or above my grand's house. Do you ever play doctors as a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone played doctors as a kid.
Yeah. And we were just doing that, and it was always, well, fucking get naked, obviously, because I'm your doctor.
That's it goes.
Everyone played naked doctors.
Naked doctors
Everybody
is a different game entirely.
Right, okay. So what were you looking at? Her ears?
Yeah, like fake little stethoscope and that.
It was always fucking.
Right. See, you've always maintained your innocence about this whole penis trouble you've had. I think you've carried this on from being an infant. You're still playing doctor to this day.
Wowee!
I've seen you now for who you are. Exposed.
I'm glad I'm wearing camo. I want to hide.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, you can't see, but I can fucking
kids,
hear you in that jacket.
I've spoken to. Yeah.
God, nothing's making a lot of noise.
I've since spoke to like, a few of my friends about it and stuff, and they were like, yeah, of course. Everyone was fucking, right, trousers down, let me have a fucking look at you when you were younger. Everyone played that.
I'm sure, yeah. Like kids
Maybe not everyone.
Kids are curious and...
But I remember my mum walked in on us doing that, and she just grabbed me and took me out of the house, and I was so confused as to was like, what have I done?
Those are your private parts.
She didn't get a thorough examination. She might have something wrong with her mother. We should go back.
Wait, who was the naked one?
I mean, it might have been me. I can't remember. Yeah. Cannot remember.
I feel like probably you, and she's
we
like...
took turns, for sure. Turns were taken.
Right, yeah, she's like, those are your private parts. You don't show those to people.
I don't think that...
Yeah. You don't think she said that?
Not this doctor, no.
You only show those to your cousin, Gareth.
You only show them to me, your doctor.
Yeah.
Booking a weekly appointment.
Phone at 8.
So you get in quick as an emergency.
And then you get to see your dad, the chemist.
But I think it was just that of, I knew I'd done something wrong, but I couldn't for the life of me work out what I'd done that was inappropriate.
So you were like, what? It's what? Is a crime being a legend? Mother? Father?
See, you've just fucking reminded me of yet another fucking horrific story that I have.
Right.
3 of them back to back. I remember I was hosting my school's prom fashion show, and one of my teachers was he got fired for being a big beast. And they asked me back. I'd actually left school by this point, but they asked me back to host it because when I was still in school,
there was too much to unpack there. Sorry, you don't just get to keep telling your story. I know we've spoken about this before. You don't get to just keep telling your story.
No, that was a lot.
Because that was a lot. One, you were in charge of your school's prom fashion show.
Yeah.
Right. So, and there was a teacher who's a paedophile.
Yeah.
Right.
Well.
Allegedly.
No, he definitely did it.
Right.
But a paedophile seems harsh.
Sex offender. What did they do?
Fucked twins at the school. Not at the school, but there was twins that went to our school who were 17.
So that's still an abuse of power?
Of course. And sack the guy. Definitely sack the guy.
And he slept with both the twins?
They both loved him. They both, like, properly loved this guy. They were like, I mean, I don't know if you know the prime of Miss Jean Brodie, but like that. It was that. It was the.
The story's had 3 hugely quotable moments already. He banged the twins.
Yeah.
I mean, good on him.
Well, this is so. I've come back to host
No,
the
let's
prom
not well
fashion
that.
show. Well, I've come back to host the prom fashion show after I've left. I'm now in college. I've started doing stand up. That's why they've asked me back, because they know. Oh, Gareth,
you're not even at the school anymore.
No.
You're acting like that's... Yeah, no, of course not. That's crazy.
It is quite crazy.
You left the school and you're coming back.
Yeah, because they were like, oh, Gareth's off doing stand-up now. He could come back and host the fashion show and do some jokes. That would be nice.
Right.
So I've done it.
Uh-huh.
And the whole audience is people's parents who just want to see their little girl.
Did you do a joke about the teacher?
You betcha. Because I think, in my head, they're bringing me back as comedian fucking from the school.
God.
And you know, it was pre-Gervais at the Globes, but that was the energy I was bringing to it.
What the fuck? Did you just say it was pre-Gervais at the Globes? I gave him the idea.
Well, I thought no, not that. But I thought, right, I should give everyone a
little bit of roasting.
I should do a bit of roasting. Comedian hosting fashion awards. There should be a bit of a roast here.
Yeah.
And I was killing. Like, the little subtle jokes I was doing with the teachers were like, oh, always late. And they'd be like, oh, yeah, he is always late. Little stuff like that played brilliantly. And then I was like, right, I'm going to go risque now.
I love that you've went with one story where like, I'm not very confident to be 17 and roasting all your teachers because you left school 2 weeks before. I'm one of you guys now. Yeah. I'm part of the working world.
That was actually what I did. I called every teacher by their first names. And I was like, that's totally allowed now, isn't it? Andy, you prick, right? But so I was like, right, I'm going to go risque before I kick off the fashion awards, before the prom. Like, and the whole audience is just parents that want to see their little girl in a nice dress. That's all. Like, the whole audience is that. They're not here for a fucking roast. So I do a joke like, so since I've left, you've mistreated one of our former great teachers. In insert name. Let's call him Mr. Black.
Right.
You mistreated Mr. Black. This is a guy that had sex with 2 17-year-old twins. You shouldn't have sent him to jail. There should be a fucking statue of this guy outside.
Oh no. Oh no. It dies.
Total death. I think some of the kids were like, again, like, I'm not trying to be like just steal from that Kevin Hart bit, but I think a few of the kids were like, oh shit!
Yeah.
And all the teachers went, this was a bad idea. Get him the fuck off.
Yeah.
Let's just get Mr. Burton to fucking go. Okay, now let's kick off the show. So I don't want to say people rushed to the stage.
This is pre-Will Smith, Chris Rock, but I got the shit slapped out of me.
But yeah, they didn't rush the stage, but they got me out of there.
Yeah.
They whisked me away. I was also very drunk. I failed to mention that as well.
Oh, right, okay.
So I was like, what are they going to do? They can't in any way punish me. I don't go here anymore.
Yeah. How professional of you showing up to a job drunk.
Yeah. Still do. Very much still do that part.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah.
I can't believe
this guy's a legend.
I joked about, well, you were what a legend. And then you went, no, that's what I did.
Well, yeah.
I went, that was an abuse of power, wasn't it?
Oh, totally. And that's, I'm not condoning it. I just feel like it was my role as comedian. That's what they would have wanted.
I didn't fuck them.
Yeah. I didn't fucking do it. I'm just here potentially seeing light in it.
Yeah. Mr. Weinstein.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so you do know who it was.
Yeah.
No, man, it was fucking... I thought that would honestly slay.
Wild.
Yeah, I thought it would slay as well. I thought they'd be like, yes.
I think that's very funny. Like, little moments. I had a great moment this week supporting Ro. I was outside before the show, and this guy starts chatting to me afterwards, and he's like, you seen this guy before? And I was like, yeah, a few times, yeah. Yeah, I've seen him a couple of times. He's a good eye. I was like, yeah. He was like, I've never done anything like this before. I was like, oh, cool. And he's telling me he's from Dunfermline, that he had cans.
When he said he's never done anything like this before,
like,
does he mean go to a comedy? Oh, right, okay.
And he goes, do you go to comedy quite a bit? And I went, yeah, a fair bit.
It's almost a job at this point.
I went, yeah, I go quite a bit, mate, actually, yeah. And the whole time I'm like, this is going to be fucking great when I walk out. And he's going to be
just in that guy's brain.
So he's asking me all these, and then I go up on stage, and I'm like, I'm just here to kind of chat to you, get to know you a bit, warm you up, and then Adam's going to come out and do the show. I went, I've actually chatted to some of you already. I went, where's the guy from Dunfermline that I was talking to? He went, oh, no way, that was me, man. I was like, yeah. He was like, you go to comedy much? And I was like, yeah, fair bit. And the crowd are like, ah! I was like, yeah, I go to quite a lot of it, mate, actually.
That's very fucking funny.
Very good fun.
What would have been going through that guy's mind as you walked on stage as well? That's the best. Just
he messaged me on Twitter after, and he was like, mate, brilliant. What a fucking ready.
What a
But he was dead sound. I was like, thanks very much, man.
Belter, man. That's
he'd hid cans under the bin outside. He was like, well, no, I'd bring our cans in, so I've hid them under the bin for after. I was like, mate, you're fucking 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, at that point, I don't think he has to share you. I've actually never done this before. Yeah, your etiquette suggests.
Yeah, I could tell.
I'm hiding cans outside the venue.
Under a bin.
For after.
Yeah.
Get them for the train home.
Yeah.
That's so fucking funny, man.
Didn't even get the train. It was too expensive. Got a bus. And the bus driver was like, you got to keep these cans in the cooler, mate. And he was like, all right. So he kept them in the cooler at the front. Wasn't allowed them on the bus. What a legend, man. That
is a fucking belter. And you're supporting Row again tonight in Glasgow?
Yeah.
And you plugged the pod as well. That was a good fucking...
Do that again tonight, I reckon.
Yeah, for sure. Let's get some fucking ears on it. Maybe start a Patreon off the back of this.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Whatever.
Yeah, let's double our workload.
That was something that we, as you said, we essentially did an episode of the podcast just for a few of our friends.
Very small audience. 5 of our friends watched us argue.
But what I thought was particularly funny about that was both of us talking about how the podcast will end. And I was like, it'll just be 1 week, neither of us will message, and it'll just fucking dribble out.
Yeah.
we'll just go, yeah, well, I guess that's that then.
Just stop, thank God. I can do nothing again.
Because you messaged going, oh, do you want to record the pod tomorrow? That I honestly went, oh, fuck, yeah, of course, that needs done.
Got to do 2 in the week.
Sure.
2 in the 1 week. We've got to do. Well, we have done.
Oh, yeah, true. Oh, fuck, yeah,
it was like 3 days ago we did the last one.
We did it on the day it came out, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, that's 2 harem scarum, man.
Harem scarum. I've not heard that in a long old time.
For some of your exploders, I thought a harem scarum would be right up there.
It's going straight into the old lexicon. That
it's all about harem scarum.
It's about harem scarum for sure. A bit of a stramash, isn't it? A real.
What's a stramash? Just like a.
It's like a rowdy
coming
party.
Together. Yeah,
I would say
a rowdy party would be a stramash.
Yeah, stramash. I mean, a stramash could be an argument or a fight as well. You're like, I was right stramash, but I think the more modern use for it is like a bit of a wild party.
I don't use enough like just mad Scottish phrases. I wish I knew more.
Yeah.
We
could maybe teach you some.
Yeah, that would be good.
Like I don't use an awful lot, and like sometimes it can come across as fucking tourist pandering when you say fucking stuff like I'm off to the Cludgy. Like nobody says Cludgy anymore. Yeah.
Toilet?
Yeah, well done. Yeah. The Cludgy's a toilet. But if I said to my mates, right, I'm off to the Cludgy, they'd be like, what is fucking...
Yeah.
We don't say
that.
No, that's...
Right? Yeah, no, you're trying too hard with Cludgy.
Yeah. It's just very much like forced in Scottishness, which is so un-Scottish thing to do.
Yeah.
It's cringe.
There's just some phrases that are like inherently Scottish, but you're like, no one would ever actually use them.
Yeah.
I can't think of any at the top of my head.
Yeah, here we go.
I can't think of any.
Not one.
Nah. Blowing a gale? If it was really windy.
I think people say that.
Do you think people say, oh, it's blowing a gale?
Because it was like a joke for ages, wasn't it? Blowing a gale. It was like about the pub lady.
Yeah.
Gail Windsor? No, Gail Porter? Whatever.
Yeah.
Who knows?
A gale
one of the
blowing
Gales.
Someone.
Yeah, exactly. It was a old blowjob joke, wasn't it? So.
But yeah, no, I just feel like I would like to use more, but with not the as you said, like the obvious sort of like piss takey ones.
Yeah. There used to be when I worked in the pub, the old man pub I worked in.
What pub do you work in?
I worked in a pub in Roslin for years.
Yeah.
And the old guys would always have some like quite old patter. They would always say, "What fettle?" To mean like, "How are you?"
Oh.
And I'm like, "Aye, good." But for ages I never knew what that meant. Like, what fettle are you in? Is basically the full phrase. But they'd just say, "What fettle?" I'm like, "What are you saying, old man? Call the doctors with a big neck. Come get." There's another one went fucking Dual Alley.
Doolali's quite good.
There you go. I like Doolally as well.
Doolali's great.
That pub was amazing, right? Because the pool was 20p a go, right? The pints,
you've got me.
The pints were dirt cheap. Like, you're talking £1.40 for a pint, right?
God.
The Bandit, they were all old.
Was that what the pub was called? The Bandit?
No, the fruit machine.
Oh, okay.
It was called the Bandit.
Right.
They were all 60 plus, every single customer, without an exception, right?
Yeah.
Because of that, they have no idea how to play the fruit machine. They piling in quids and stuff. Sometimes I'd run up and be like, "Stop what you're doing," and I'd press the buttons and get the jackpot for them and go, "There you go," and they're like, "Cheers, son."
Fucking hell.
Right? But
you actually stop them fucking up.
Because I can see them about to, and like, I'd run from the bar and be like, "Stop," and do it. They never, as much as they should have, gave me like a $5 for helping them.
Of course. That you've absolutely saved their
bacon.
So
what I ended up doing instead was I'd watch them play and lose all night. Yeah. And at the end of my shift, I'd take my tips, put it in the Bandit, and the amount of times I dropped it, I would walk away with £100 from that Bandit. I'd say once a month, easy.
Wow.
Just that was my bonus.
What a great little gig that is.
Watching them fucking fill it up for me. Cheers, boys. Bloop, dropped it. See you later.
Brilliant. That's wicked. How many staff as well? So you might sometimes split it with them, I'm guessing.
Oh no, I would always be on my own. I'd be locking up.
I'll lock up today, Andy, mate. Don't worry about it.
I'd always be locking up. Never split with him.
But there was sometimes really nice. He always lets me away early.
I let some of my mates from school on about it, right?
Yeah.
And we'd sometimes go to the pub on a Saturday afternoon. Like, oh, the fucking young team are running tonight. Yeah. We're like, yeah, that's right. Go and drop the Bandit. See you later, you old codgers. Bye. You could spell on old people back then because COVID didn't exist.
Totally, of course, yeah.
But my mate was like, this is... Like, we felt like Ocean's 12.
It's a scheme. That's a great little scheme you've got.
We felt like we were in Ocean's 11.
Oh, mate, I'd be playing that soundtrack in my headphones walking to the pub. I would. I really would be.
Yeah, we loved it.
I would feel like Danny Ocean. I really would.
Always dropped it. Like, it was so easy.
Good. Even like a group of 60, if it's like £100, you're walking away with like 20, 30 quid.
Yeah.
That's mate, what a little scheme.
Easy.
And like that's easy bar work as well. If it's like an vintage old man boozer.
I swear.
Just pouring old pints, like the pints the whole night.
There's some shifts where I'd sit, one guy would come in, have a pint, see nobody was in and go, all right, I'm off. And then leave. And that was it. And I was there 5 hours and then went, all right, home time. I'm just sitting watching the telly.
Crazy.
Sometimes I'd order a Chinese in.
Crazy.
The best job I've ever had.
Crazy.
Bar
so
none.
Good. So good.
Robbing old people. Loved it.
Did Da Vinci Code ruin Rosalind?
No, everyone leaned into it quite heavy.
Right, okay, fair.
Like the football team was the Rosalind Da Vinci's after that. And they were good, man. The Da Vinci's were class.
The Rosalind Da Vinci.
That was the team, yeah. Played in blue and yellow. And then, like, even the little cafe, because we cloned Dolly the sheep there. It was like Dolly's Tea Cafe or something like that.
Was that the Rosalind where the sheep were cloned?
Yeah.
I thought that was north for some reason, like Aberdeen or something.
Nope, Rosalind.
Rosalind's are good.
We used to have a little cafe called Bovril Johnson's, who's the guy that invented Bovril. He grew up there.
That, for me, is why Rosalind should be on the map.
Bovril.
Fucking love a Bovril.
It's good, isn't it? For anyone that doesn't know, international, Russians.
Beef drink.
It's a beef drink. It's basically gravy in a cup.
But it's acceptable.
Yeah.
You can't be going around drinking gravy.
No.
People will start to talk.
Yeah.
Bovril. You're just
trying
to keep warm. You're just trying to keep warm if you're having a Bovril. Man, in the winter, I've become 1/5 Bovril, I reckon.
Do you?
Yeah, I fucking love a Bovril.
I don't know that I've maybe had one in my entire life, I reckon.
Honestly, I think 30 plus. 50 plus.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Love a Bovril. Good for you.
Yeah.
Such a low bar.
Yeah, well done.
There's a question as well, and then we can wrap it up on this. I think a good pub needs 2 things.
Okay.
And those 2 things are
right.
A jukebox.
Okay. Bold.
And pool table.
I think pool table.
If you've got a pool table and a jukebox, you're a good pub.
Yeah.
You're a good pub.
I'm not that fussed about a jukebox because then you've got to listen to other cunts' shite picks. Me and Gus Limburn once. Yeah. This is very John Mulaney. But it was before we aired it. Yeah. This is pre John Mulaney, the top part. We went to his little town on the way to do a gig in Aberdeen. It was called Inverbervie. Tiny little town. Reminded me of Rosalind.
I think that is Gus's town, isn't it?
It is, yeah. We went into the pub And folk were like, fucking hell, not seen you for some time. And he was like, hey. And I was like, Jesus, this place. We went in, put like a couple of quid in the jukebox, and we put on Susan Boyle 8 times.
Fucking hell.
And then left. We didn't even stay and watch the carnage. We're just like, bye. Not seen you in a while, Gus. You'll go see me for another wee bit as well. I dreamed a dream.
We're going to leave you with this, Jim. Arrivederci. Swivel on that.
Class.
Did you even get a pint there?
I think I got a shandy because I was driving.
Oh, you shandy. And then fucking
boom. Enjoy Subo.